Hey you guys, it was Gucci, it's your boy Eshikeda, the first black Super Saiyan who ever arrived on this planet. I wanted to do a video. I saw Looper do this video and I was like, you know what? I'm finna do my own. So I'm gonna go ahead and rack out this video for you guys. I'm gonna have some more today, but it's regarding Avengers Endgame. So the Russo brothers explained how Captain America broke Thanos' shield, and I was looking at the explanation and it was weird because it's not just that he broke his shield. This whole video isn't just about Cap breaking the Thanos breaking Cap's shield. That's not the whole video. I wanted to get deeper with this because I was like, I wasn't buying the explanation, especially with the Thanos part. But let's go ahead and read this article. Oh, Follyboy on Twitter, Follyboy on Instagram. Let's get it. Avengers Endgame directors explain how Thanos' blade broke Cap's shield. In Avengers Endgame, Thanos is gifted with a new weapon, a giant double-edged blade, and in the grand final battle of the movie, we find out just how tough it is when it manages to break Captain America's vibranium shield up into scrap metal. But wait, how can a Mad Titan sword do this when vibranium has up to now been depicted as the most powerful metal around? Most powerful metal on Earth. Most powerful metal on Earth. Earth. Not space. Earth. The Russo brothers have been asked this question, and though they didn't have a firm answer, they suggested that Thanos' great age could be a reason for how he's managed to find a metal stronger. Or maybe he went to Eitri and the dwarves of Nidavellir to fashion a mighty weapon, much like he ordered them to make him in the Infinity Gauntlet. Okay. Let's remember some key points. The Thanos in Avengers Endgame is from the year 2014 within the MCU. Within the year 2014 of the MCU, remember these movies took place. Thor the Dark World, Guardians 1, and Captain America the Winter Soldier. All three of these movies took place, and Guardians 2, all these movies took place in 2014. Within the MCU, that year of 2014 within the MCU. In our year. So remember that. And this is a Thanos from 2014. Remember. Oh yeah, this Thanos is also stronger than Infinity War Thanos too. Remember that. Now this is the quote from Joe Russo. This is the quote. Let's read it. Clearly, Thanos is a 1,000-year-old character who has fought everyone in the universe and is the greatest. He's the Genghis Khan of the universe. So he would have the greatest weapon. He knows of Eitri. Okay, let's stop there. This is why people need to stop hyping up the Russo brothers. I'm going to tell you this much. Just because a movie runs with an idea does not mean I have to accept your idea. Just because they give an explanation for their idea they chose to run with, if it doesn't sound solid to me, I ain't finna believe it one bit. They're telling me Thanos is... No, they say, clearly Thanos is a 1,000-year-old character. Russo brothers. What indicated that? Like, what indicated Thanos is clearly 1,000 years old? Nothing indicates that. For all we know, Thanos could have been alive for 2 centuries. He can be 200 years old for all we know. Thanos could have lived for 100 years, and he can be 100 years old for all we know. Well, you're telling me he's 1,000 years old. Okay. You're making this universe look even worse to me when you said that. You shouldn't have said that. So Thanos been around for 1,000 years, right? And now Thanos picks the most convenient time in this universe, which is Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, to get these stones when he could have got these stones way earlier. I'm just saying, bro. Because if we want to assume some stuff, so we can assume if he was going around the universe, he clearly wasn't scared of Asgard. He would have pulled up the Asgard and took the Tesseract then. I mean, he would have. He's not scared. He's clearly not scared. He's a Genghis Khan of the universe. He ain't worried about the Asgardians. He would have pulled up on Asgard and went ahead with Thor, Odin. He would have probably bodied them, for all we know. And you're gonna have me assume that he's 1,000 years old. This is why the Russo brothers, they just make up BS off the spot. I bet you they just mouthed that shit off the spot and they didn't even know his age. They just made that shit up. He's 1,000. You wanna know what this sounds like? This sounds like nah. This is how bad it is. This sounds like Steppenwolf from Justice League. Y'all remember Steppenwolf when he came to attack Earth? That was clearly back during the ancient times and stuff. You know, when the gods were fresh and alive, Green Lanterns, right? But Steppenwolf's grand plan was to come back like more than 10 centuries later to come and fight us with by himself again. And I'm like, you idiot. Where's your reinforcements? You lost the first time because you had no reinforcements. You waited this long to do this plan when you could have done this earlier. The convenience, bruh. The convenience of these people waiting. What the hell has this dude been waiting for? I need to wait. So you're telling me for 1,000 years he's been chasing the Infinity Stones, and now he takes this long to get them? 1,000 years. 1,000 years. Wow. I'll believe that. Steppenwolf and Thanos. This is the equivalence of them. Their planning is trash. And the time they wait to do things is so stupid. The time Thanos waits to do something is when the Avengers is created. And that's when he wants to come and get the Infinity Stones. Okay. Convenience. Convenience of a plot. Just like Steppenwolf. The idiot left. He came back centuries later. And he lost again. And he came back with no reinforcements. Dummy. You lost the first time because you had no reinforcements. Whatever. Hey, this goes back to Avengers 1. And you know what? Hey, the MCU wasn't thinking ahead this time, so it's kind of their fault, and it's not their fault, but you still gotta call bullshit on it. So you're telling me Thanos is gonna give Loki a Infinity Stone, tell Loki, go conquer Earth for me. And I'm like, you idiot, Thanos. Why don't you send down the Black Order in Avengers 1? Why don't you go down to Earth and go body him? Why are you sitting in a chair? But you give Loki a Infinity Stone. He loses it for you. Loki disappears. And now you back at square one. Okay. Alright. I'll believe it. And this is what they also say. He knows of Eitri. He's been to Eitri to have his glove created. Did he have them create his blade as well? Potentially. But it's interesting that it could destroy the shield. Thanos did not get the Infinity Gauntlet made in 2014. That doesn't make any sense. Because, okay, if that's the case, in 2014, he would have went ahead in 2014 once he got the gauntlet and went to go search for all the stones. He had Gamora. Well, she was lying to him. But, you know, he wouldn't have found out until it was Nebula. But, look, a lot of the stuff Thanos does not make sense. He waits so long to do stuff. Like, why? Nigga, why? There's nothing in this universe that indicates that he was scared of Odin and waiting for Odin to disappear. He's not scared of Odin. He ain't even scared of Thor. He bodied Thor, but he knows of Odin and Thor, but he bodied Thor. He ain't scared of Odin. He was not scared of these people, you guys. Just like they said, he's the Genghis Khan of the universe. He's been going from planet to planet to planet, conquering planets and killing people. Killing half the populations. So I'm like this. So he waited this long to build a glove to use. This timeline is so weird. He waited this long to get a glove built to use, to snap people in half. He's been alive for almost 1,000 years, clearly 1,000 years based off what the Russo brothers said. And I'm like, why'd you wait until now? And this thing about Thanos' plan, this shit don't make no sense, bro. In Avengers 1, you give Loki the Infinity Stone. He goes down. He fails to conquer the planet. Then he disappears. And you lose your stone. Why don't you just go conquer Earth with the Black Order? But no, he's going to wait until Infinity War to do that. Why don't you do it now? What, he's scared of the Hulk? Was he scared back then? He wasn't scared. This is Thanos. Thanos' plan, his reasoning for his plans are so trash, bruh. Who is this dude, bruh? Well, I could do it now, but I don't want to. It's all good. Yeah. What's going on? Like, I think it would have been better if they said, "Oh, Thanos has been alive for 2 centuries." I don't know, something better than 1,000 years. You're telling me he's been alive this long, but he waits now to do this when he could have done this way earlier. I'm just saying, bro. This is kind of shaky, and it's like, what the freak? You know, it's just shaky. It's like this reminds me of Justice League and Steppenwolf. That's why Justice League was so stupid. Steppenwolf, back during the ancient times when Earth was, around, when the Atlanteans, the Amazons, and humans united together, they went into battle. Steppenwolf came by himself. He didn't have any people like Big Barda with him. He came by himself with his parademons to conquer Earth. He lost the battle, and then when he came back, he did the same thing again of how he lost the first time. The idiot came back with no reinforcements, no nothing. I'm like, what the freak you doing? And you waited this long to come back? Nigga, what? You come back when Superman's here. Well, when Superman becomes a thing. But you come back when Superman's dead, and you could have came back years earlier to do it again. But you waited that long to come back. That's the same thing with Thanos, bruh. Who writes this shit, my G? Like I say, Russo brothers, they'll just say anything. They'll just make up anything. Thanos was 2,000 years old. And back to the Eitri thing, when Thanos went to go get the glove built, what year did he get the glove built within the MCU? Because based off Infinity War, it seemed recent when he got the glove built. Because Eitri had his hand. So you're telling me Eitri helped out Thanos, but knew of Thanos. So was Eitri's hands messed up for ever since 2014? And he couldn't get into contact with nobody. And no Asgardians thought to check up on their forge at all. No one thought to bring it up to go check on it. Heimdall didn't. Wait. No. When did Heimdall... Thor Dark World happened in 2014. Loki took the throne. My nigga Thor and Thanos, what the freak are y'all doing? This is why Thor is trash, bruh. He ain't helping his people. He's over here around Earth. So Loki been on that throne ever since 2014. And Thor, unbeknownst to him, thought Odin was Loki the whole time and didn't find out until Thor Ragnarok. Dude, does Asgard not check up on the Forge? Like, what's going on, bruh? Like, what's going on? That Forge is protected by Asgard. So was Eitri hands sealed ever since 2014? How is this dude eating? Nah, because why would Eitri help Thanos build that weapon? And he knows of Thanos. Eitri is associated with Asgard. So why would Eitri help Thanos build his sword back in 2014? Well, no, his sword was made earlier than 2014. It had to have been. He did not make that sword in 2014. He had that for a while. So if we're going off this, Thanos got that weapon built before Thor: The Dark World, which took place in 2014. So I ask, how is Thanos able to go to this workshop in Nidavellir protected by Asgard, and Odin and Thor and no Asgardians or even Heimdall are looking at this place and checking up on it? This is their forge where their greatest weapons are made. So I'm like, was Eitri working for Thanos on the low? What's going on? Was Eitri working for Thanos on the low back before 2014? Was Eitri being shady and working with the enemy? This universe is confusing. This universe is confusing, bruh. The writing is confusing. I'm just like, Thanos waited so long, like Steppenwolf, dummy. Thor isn't doing his job in protecting his people because he was spending most of his time on Earth for the majority. And then in Endgame, he leaves his people again to some random chick that we just met in Thor Ragnarok, gets drunk. And I'm like, my G, what the frick is going on? Thor's trash. He ain't even protecting his people. He didn't want to assume the throne because he's whack. Dang, what's going on, man? Look, this is the kind of shit that makes your head explode. Because the Russo brothers, with their explanations, their stuff be so BS. And it's like, what's going on, Russo brothers, bro? What's going on? What's going on, you guys? It feels like the Russo brothers just make up shit out their ass and they just like, blah. This timeline is confusing, bruh. The writing, the inconsistencies, like, it doesn't make sense. This timeline based off Thanos' age, so he's like 1,000 years old. Okay, that makes Thanos doing stuff now even worse. He waited until now to do what he had to do, and he failed because the Avengers undid what he did. He lost to him in Endgame. Whatever. Why didn't Thanos look? Thanos had 1,000 years to wipe the universe in half without a glove. And like I asked, so now Captain Marvel never knew of Thanos and didn't try to go kill him within her 20-year career? Since Thanos been around for 1,000 years and everybody in the galaxy knows about him, he's been around 1,000 years, bruh. You can't tell me Thanos is not popular in the galaxy, because he is. This timeline, my G. Fuck. CinemaSins, when Avengers Endgame comes out on Blu-ray and DVD, y'all better have that CinemaSins video ready to go. Look, I'm going to end this video. There's your boy K-Dot, the first Black Super Saiyan, whoever driving this plane. Goes for that peace, love, positivity, and all that jazz. Don't do drugs. Please don't do drugs. Stay away from that crack cocaine and all that jazz. Stay away from all that. Deuces.